beautiful people. I'm Brittany. How are you today? Boop. Hi, this is Editing Brittany. I didn't really say it that well, but now I am. So, I am now uploading at 4 on Wednesdays, hopefully. I've scheduled it all in my calendar and stuff and planned things, so hopefully that's going to go good. Let's get back to the non-voiceover. And I can be consistent. If I put it on my calendar, hopefully it will get done. Today we are going to do a story time video, as it's called in the YouTube realm. It's both disability and queer. And I just want to make a disclaimer that this actually happened to me. This is real. This really happened. Okay. So, I went to a very liberal college. So, I expected professors to be very knowledgeable about LGBT and different communities. Just being at a liberal college where there were a lot of people that identified as LGBTQIA plus and were a very diverse population was on our campus. So I wasn't expecting for a professor to not be educated about certain aspects. Especially in the department I was in of Women and Gender Studies. This was the first clue that I should not have been in this class. It was a diversity class, a business diversity class. And an exchange student said he was doing a job application and it said male, female, or other. And he asked what the other was. And my teacher said, "Oh, bisexuality." What? Bisexuality is not a gender or sex. This should have been my first clue. We did correct her. She did learn that bisexuality was not the third gender or transgender or no gender or whatever identifier besides male or female in the sex. So she did learn. And then there was another day where my professor was like, "We're going to learn about 2 different oppressions that you've probably never even thought about people that live today with different identifiers, and you've probably never even thought about the difficulties that come with these identifiers." She let us break into 2 groups, and she wanted us to learn to not be in a group that you identified with. These were the 2 groups. LGBTQIA. She just said LGBT. And the disabled community. Where do I go? I kind of stand in the middle and raise my hand, where I was like, she came up and she was like, "What's the matter? Pick a identifier with and think about the difficulties they have in living their life." And I was like, "Well, I know these." Okay. I have both of them. I identify with both of these identifiers that you're saying. Pick one that you don't identify with and then figure out what their difficulties are. She apparently had never heard of such thing, that a person with a disability could also identify as in the LGBT community. Sometimes I just want to be like, yes, people with disabilities can have romantic lives and sexual lives. Just want to tell that to people sometimes. So I continue on this journey, and I was like, okay, I'll choose disability because a lot of people don't think about little things that disabled people have to go through, so I can help them more. Okay. I get in this group and I say, I'm Brittany, I have a disability, so I'm not really going to talk. I'm just going to like listen, and if y'all need help, I can bring up little things and stuff like that. The girl beside me, she was a leader. I know this. She was a leader on our campus. She was a student athlete. She's held higher. She's more accountable. Says to me, you don't have a disability. You can walk. I think I just gave her this face. Because I was like, Brittany, do not slap her. That's all that could go through my brain at that moment. I was like, okay. And we didn't really get into the conversation very much before, like, we had to leave. And at that point, I was like, I need to find one of my friends. So I went to the, like, student union kind of thing. And I found my friend who worked as an RA too. And I was like, I cannot do this class anymore. And I told him that a girl said I didn't have a disability, and we broke up into groups, and I didn't know where to go because I identified with both of them. And he was really helpful. And we talked about it, and I decided it would probably be best for me to drop the class. So that's what I did. And I talked to my advisor about it, and she didn't recommend it anymore to women's and gender studies students anymore. And it was taken, the marker was taken off. Wasn't even educated in the field that she was teaching. And that wasn't right. So I just wanted to tell you this story to see if any of you could relate with professor or teacher stories about prejudice or discrimination, or even just crazy little things that's happened. And don't forget that you're beautiful, and I love you. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Musical.ly, all at HBeautiful93. Thanks so much for watching. See you next Wednesday. Bye.